there is a quiet habit that slowly steals confidence from millions of people every day, and most of them don't even realize it is happening. It begins very subtly. You open social media. You look at someone's success. You notice someone moving faster than you. And in that small moment, a silent comparison begins. At first, it feels harmless, but over time, this habit quietly reshapes how you see yourself, because the moment you start measuring your life against someone else's timeline, you step into a race you were never meant to run. The truth is simple, but rarely accepted. No two people start from the same place. No two people carry the same struggles. No two people walk the same path. Yet the mind has a strange tendency. It looks at someone else's highlight and compares it to your behind-the-scenes reality. And that comparison is almost always unfair. What makes this even more dangerous is that comparison rarely motivates. Instead, it creates pressure. Pressure creates doubt, and doubt slowly weakens action. You begin to question your pace. You begin to question your progress. Sometimes, you even question your potential, all because you looked sideways instead of forward. But here is what most people never learn. Comparison is not just a bad habit. It is a distraction, a powerful one. Because every minute you spend measuring someone else's journey is a minute you are not building your own. In this audiobook, you are going to understand why the human mind compares, how it quietly damages confidence, and most importantly, how to completely free yourself from this invisible trap. Because the moment you stop competing with everyone is the moment you finally start growing at your true speed. Take a slow breath and stay with me, because what comes next may completely change how you see your own journey. To truly understand why comparison feels so powerful, you have to understand how the human brain is wired. The mind naturally looks for reference points. It wants to measure progress. It wants to know where it stands. On the surface, this seems useful. But in today's world, this natural tendency has been amplified far beyond what the brain was designed for. In the past, people compared themselves to a small circle around them: neighbors, classmates, colleagues. But now, with one scroll, you are exposed to thousands of curated lives, carefully selected moments, filtered successes, perfectly timed achievements, and your brain, without realizing the full picture, tries to measure your real life against someone else's highlight moments. This creates a quiet distortion because the comparison is incomplete. You see their results, but not their struggles. You see their progress, but not their starting point. You see their victories, but not the years of uncertainty behind them. And the mind, working with partial information, often draws the wrong conclusion. Over time, this repeated comparison begins to reshape self-perception. small doubts begin to appear. Your pace starts to feel slow. Your progress starts to feel smaller, even when you are moving forward. This is the hidden cost of constant comparison. It quietly shifts your focus away from growth and toward measurement. Powerful individuals understand something that most people overlook. Growth requires attention, and attention cannot be fully present when it is constantly looking sideways. Every time you compare, your focus splits. Part of your energy moves toward your own path, and part of it moves towards someone else's journey. This division, repeated often enough, slows momentum. There is also an emotional weight that comes with constant comparison, not always obvious, but subtle. A quiet pressure, a quiet restlessness, a feeling that you should be further ahead. And when this feeling builds, it can quietly reduce consistency, because discouraged minds rarely perform at their highest level. But here is the important shift. The goal is not to completely ignore the world around you. The goal is to stop using other people's timelines as the ruler for your own life, because real progress is deeply personal. It depends on your starting point, your challenges, your opportunities, and your pace of learning. In the final part, we will break down how to completely detach from unhealthy comparison and how to build quiet, self-directed confidence that does not depend on anyone else's progress. Take a steady breath, and when you are ready, we will finish strong. There comes a quiet moment in every person's journey when they realize something important. The race they have been running was never truly theirs. It was borrowed from timelines they did not create, borrowed from expectations they did not choose. And once this becomes clear, a powerful shift begins. Because the moment you stop comparing your path to everyone around you, your energy starts to return. Your focus becomes sharper. Your progress becomes more personal. And most importantly, your confidence begins to rebuild from the inside out. Self-directed confidence works very differently from comparison-based motivation. Comparison-based motivation is unstable. It rises when you feel ahead. It drops when you feel behind. But self-directed confidence is quieter and much more stable because it is built on your own standards, your own improvement, your own forward movement. To build this kind of confidence, you must begin tracking differently. Instead of asking, "Am I ahead of them?" start asking, "Am I better than I was last month?" Instead of measuring distance between you and someone else, measure distance between your past self and your present self. This single shift changes everything. Another powerful practice is attention discipline. Your mind grows where your attention goes. If your attention is constantly scanning other people's progress, your energy becomes scattered. But when your attention returns fully to your own work, momentum begins to build again, quietly, steadily, naturally. It is also important to normalize different timelines. Some people start early, some people start late. Some people move fast in the beginning, others build slowly, but create stronger long-term results. There is no single correct pace, only consistent forward movement. As you move forward from this point, practice a simple internal reminder. Stay in your lane, not with pressure, not with isolation, but with clarity. Let others move at their speed. You move at yours, because the people who build the strongest progress are rarely the ones who watch everyone else. They are the ones who stay deeply focused on their own path. Over the coming weeks and months, you may still notice moments when comparison tries to return. This is normal. The habit forms easily. But now, you will notice it faster, and each time you gently redirect your focus back to your own journey, you strengthen a new pattern, a healthier one, a more powerful one. As this session comes to a close, carry this with you. You were never meant to match someone else's timeline. You were meant to build your own, step by step, at your pace, with your direction, and when your focus stays forward long enough, the quiet progress you build begins to speak for itself. Take one slow breath. Release the pressure to keep up with everyone. Return your attention to what is in front of you and continue moving calmly, steadily, and confidently on your own path. Before you move on from this moment, pause for just a second and notice how different this feels. For perhaps the first time in a while, you are not being pushed to chase someone else's timeline. You are not being told to rush your journey. Instead, you are being reminded of something far more powerful. Your path was never meant to look like anyone else's. In a world that constantly encourages comparison, choosing to focus on your own growth is a quiet advantage. It protects your energy, it protects your clarity, and most importantly, it protects your consistency, because consistent people who stay focused on their own lane almost always move further than distracted people who keep looking sideways. As you continue your journey, remember this simple principle. Progress that is slow but steady is still powerful progress. Improvement that is quiet but consistent is still meaningful improvement. You do not need to rush your timeline. You only need to respect it. From this point forward, whenever comparison tries to pull your attention, gently bring your focus back to your own work, your own habits, your own daily improvements. Because over time, these small, focused steps create results that speak far louder than comparison ever could. Take one final calm breath and move forward today with a quieter mind, a clearer direction, and a stronger commitment to your own path. Your journey is unfolding exactly where it needs to. Keep going.